A good, trashy, down on its luck clown who isn't afraid to be a little dirty. Like, I'm so here for that.
Hey, FlukeGurl.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to What a Drag.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you for coming. To get started, if FlukeGurl was a subscription box that people could buy online, what are 5 things that would be in it?
A gift card to Home Depot for all my jewelry. Maybe a rotating semi-soft cheese. An out-of-print 80s porn mag. And then 2 doses of pink eye. That just like explodes when you open the box.
Like one for each eye?
One for each eye, thank you.
How would you describe your aesthetic?
FlukeGurl's aesthetic is a bit eclectic, very colorful and kooky, but also like dark and subversive. I like to be a little in your face with my makeup. I like call myself like a drag deviant more so than anything because like I really started doing drag as a chance to just be like, fuck you, everybody. Like I'm a non-binary person pretending to be a more extravagant non-binary person. I would say my aesthetic is really just about having a good time.
I love that. I love all those things. Like, who and where do you draw inspiration from for your looks?
A little bit of everywhere. Like, a lot of my drag is really inspired by performance art, and like more like queer political performance art. People like Diamanda Galas and Klaus Nomi from the 80s. Divine, obviously, clock the forehead. I get a lot of my inspiration from just like clowns, like aliens, like kabuki theater. That style of like harsh lined makeup really is inspiring to me.
So can you take us through the process of like putting together a look from like the inspiration to then your execution?
I would say like for looks that like involve like an actual performance, like it usually starts with like the song choice and the concept that goes forward with. Like I will definitely like select what I want to present as an art piece, find the music that relates to it, and then from there like determine what looks would be appropriate, what kind of makeup, the accessories that go with it. But a lot of times like my drag isn't necessarily performance based. I do a lot of just looks to go out and have fun. I produce a lot of dance parties in the city, like Hydration, Buns, and Discreet. And those are like, what do I feel like wearing tonight? What kind of look am I gonna give? And then just go for it. Tonight I wanted to give you like a weird substitute teacher demon. And I think it's working.
Yeah.
Could be a shop teacher, could be art class.
Yeah, all substitute teachers have a little demon in them.
Thank you.
I think that's part of the job.
I know.
So on that, like hydration, buns, discreet, party, shock therapy. So what are those and how did they begin?
I'll start with the first. So Hydration is like an art meets queer dance party. We've hosted all of our events in art galleries, and we've had visual artists and performance artists and film people come in and help us create themes and enliven the space with installations. It really just started with a bunch of my friends wanting to throw a dance party, and the only venue that would let us have one was in an art gallery. And as it grew from there, we were able to get grants to really support local artists, like and have an artist in residence program. And it was really fun. Everything was water themed because it's important to be hydrated all the time. We forget that at queer dance parties. It's not just about alcohol, it's about water. Buns kind of is like the spiritual successor of Hydration. Hydration ended this year in May after our granting ran out and some people just wanted to take a break from event producing. And Buns was another opportunity that just came up that someone wanted my assistance to throw some parties, and I was like, perfect, let's throw a party about hot dog buns in a hot dog shop. And Discreet is really like a drag produced dance party. There's 8 of us and we're all drag performers, and it really was kind of just an opportunity to produce a drag show that isn't just like performance. There are so many of those in the city that are all amazing, but we just wanted to have fun and throw a dance party, bring it back to like the 90s like Club Kid era and just have some fun. And that the first one we had was in August at Backlot.
Oh, awesome.
And Shock Therapy is like an alternative drag collective here, started last July. by Harlot O'Hara, love you, Betty Galore, and Amber Johnson at Dickens. Really about like producing a drag show that supports and celebrates the alternative side of drag, which I very much am a part of.
And how did you begin your drag journey?
It definitely just started like I was just like going to dance parties or just even like going to the bar. I was like, all right, time to pull a look. I'll be the only person in like good luck wearing any makeup. Woo! And it wasn't until maybe about 2 years ago that someone actually was like, you look really cool. Do you want to perform at a show with me? And I was like, okay, I'm down. And it's just kind of spiraled from there. I don't perform very frequently because I'm mentally ill. But I do like get in drag quite frequently for the events I produce, because I really just enjoy drag as an opportunity to just like celebrate queer culture and like have fun and go out and like be proud and flamboyant and extravagant. And I find I don't always need a stage to do that, right? Like it's just, I always welcome creating spaces in our community that gives people the support to just put a lash on and go dancing. It's super fun.
So when you do perform, I've heard some things.
What have you heard?
Needles?
Sometimes.
Candles?
Sometimes.
Can you tell me a little bit about how that got started?
It started just because of like conceptually it was appropriate for the numbers I wanted to do. Like I did a number about last December for shock therapy that involved needles. I did Pharmacon's Body Betrays Itself, which is really about the musician. The piece was about her not feeling the connection between her mental self and her physical self, and really not feeling like she belonged in her body, which is something like as a non-binary trans person I feel all the time. And for the number, I really wanted to kind of highlight dysphoria in a way, and for that, I felt it was important to have actual blood and acknowledge that sometimes I don't feel the relationship to that blood and that tangible self. So I put some needles in my face. Like it wasn't just like for a shock, it really kind of supported the concept I was going for. The candles were kind of another thing. Like I was performing a number that was had some religious symbology in it about like we all are like God's inner light and stuff. So I wanted to have some candles to kind of play with that. And I don't know, I'm not afraid of things like that. I'm ready to like show like how diverse drag performances can be. It's not just about like singing and dancing. You can do so much with it. It is performance art mostly. Yeah.
Do you find like that sort of discomfort that you give the audience to be really powerful?
Absolutely, because like I grew up in like a really small conservative Albertan town, and like I was always othered. I was always stared at. I was always made to feel uncomfortable in spaces. So to be able to take that back and celebrate what makes me different and what makes me weird, and push that discomfort on other people or share discomfort with an audience or with a crowd is really empowering, because discomfort breeds like change and evolution and personal growth. So I'm not afraid to make the audience like nervous as long as they tip me after.
That really is the important part.
Exactly.
Always tip. Now we have a speed round.
Speed round, okay.
What is the best soup?
I know it's a speed round. I just fast, but
it's
pho.
okay.
Okay, pho.
Pho?
Yes.
Is cereal a soup?
Absolutely not.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. I agree with you. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Okay, if you were a Bob Ross painting, how do you think it would look?
It would definitely be one of the majestic mountains in the middle of the night with a thunderstorm and a lake with a shark in it.
A shark in it?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it'll bring a tear to your eye.
Oh yeah, it's the shark, I think. The shark is what
truly
brings the tear. Is there anything you just want people to know about drag and drag performers?
There's just so many people and so much cool drag artists in this city. I recommend you like go to events, check it out, follow Shock Therapy, follow Buns, follow Discreet, and see all the cool things that are going on.
Yeah, and where can people find you on the internet?
I'm on Instagram at FlukeGurl. That's with 2 U's, not together. But also my event pages are Buns, YYC, and Discreet Party, and Hydration Party. You can just also find me behind Winkies at the dumpster.
That's where you live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rent's getting high though.
Yeah. Oh.